So what you might not realize about buying 100 Switch games from GameStop is that they will likely send you those games in almost that many packages. Now I know at this point you're probably thinking, Caleb, how could you commit such a heinous, expensive, and risky act as buying 100 Switch games from GameStop? And the answer is, for science. Just pretend this is a lab coat, okay? This is the closest thing that I had. As many of you guys know, I love collecting Switch games, but not just any Switch games, complete Switch games. And so naturally, earlier this week when GameStop dropped a massive sale, I was super excited, but try as I might, I couldn't find any statistical data, any research on GameStop's site or otherwise on how likely a person is to get a complete versus an incomplete game when buying a Switch game on GameStop.com. That was so convenient that just worked out that way. And so I thought to myself, by golly, I often do say by golly when I'm talking to myself, by golly, someone needs to do something about this. And so by the end of this video, we will all have an answer based on our sample size of 100 Switch games, exactly how likely, and look at that, we got 3 beautiful, complete fishing games on the Switch, exactly how statistically likely somebody is to get a complete Switch game when ordering online. Now, I'm in quite a rosy mood today, as you may be able to tell, because, well, research just excites me. And so to keep things a little bit spicy, I'm gonna make a prediction. I'm going to predict that 2/3 of these Switch games or more are going to end up being complete, because I have faith in the GameStop deities today. And if I get it wrong, I will punish myself by taking a swig of hot sauce for your viewing pleasure. Ooh, look at that, a complete 2-in-1 Sonic Forces and Monkey Ball. I was so floored when I saw this for $10 with discount on GameStop.com. Now at this point you're probably wondering, Caleb, what the heck is this sale? How did this come to be, and why in the world did you order so much? And to answer that question, it's probably easier to show you than to tell you. You just have to promise that you won't get too anxious when you see how frantic this footage is from about a week ago. Red alert, people, red alert. GameStop.com just announced a massive Nintendo Switch sale, and we are about to pounce. Looks like we're looking at 4 Switch games, up to $20 in value a piece for $40, or up to 50% savings on these lower dollar games. And oh my gosh, I cannot deal with this red light in my eyes anymore. Nice. Now, it just so happens that I'm in need of 100 Switch games for a video later this month, which makes this the perfect opportunity to answer questions like how many Switch games will actually come with their original case? How many games that we order will actually show up on time? How many of these bad boys will actually be the game that we ordered? Nice. All of these questions and more are going to get answered when we open all these packages later on, but right now we're left with the question of how to most effectively exploit this sale, because it's actually trickier than you might think. So yes, folks, the rumors are true. Every single game that you will see me unpack in this video was indeed $10, including, by the way, a complete Rapala Pro fishing series, a complete bee simulator, an incomplete Rapala, and these 4 games as well. I am interested also to see whether or not we do have the full 100 games. They say 2 to 3 day shipping on their website, and it's been, I think, 4 business days since I ordered all of these. And what do we, oh my goodness, folks, I'm not gonna lie, I thought my prediction of 2/3 was a little bit optimistic, but if you look at these stacks, this is actually shaping up really well. Don't believe anything you see on the internet, kids. I'm not gonna lie, some of these Switch games that ended up being $10, I was really happy about. Trials of Mana, complete, Super Monkey Ball 2-in-1 again, and Port Royal 4. You can see, I think almost everything that I bought was originally $19.99 pre-owned, but unfortunately in that box, we also do have 3 that are incomplete. And I found a counter example to what I just said. Apparently Ancestors Legacy on the Switch had an original price of $17. Now folks, you may also be wondering to yourself,
why does this channel suck so bad?
What exactly was involved in fully taking advantage of this discount, and how could I do that for myself potentially next time? Ooh, this is a couple new ones, a couple complete copies of Ancestors Legacy and another Port Royal 4. And to answer that question, we're gonna have to go back in time again to last week. So folks, I've been at this for about a half hour now and have not bought a single game because I'm realizing that maximizing this discount system is going to be more complicated than I originally thought. Because in order to actually get 50% off these games, not only do you have the regular $20 and under restriction, but there's also a restriction of only buying in multiples of 4 or else there's no discount at all. What's more, in order to get actually 50% off, I can only buy games that are priced at $19.99 because if I buy a $15 game, it still only goes down to $10. So that's only what, 33% off? The only good news is I'm finding that some discounts are actually stackable. So if you take a game that's already on clearance for $20, it also goes down to $10. So for example, this SpongeBob SquarePants game was originally $45. It's now marked down to $20. And if I bundle it with 3 other $20 games, it goes down to $10. The only other catch is that there are purchase limits on how many you can buy of a single game. So I can't just load my cart up with 100 SpongeBob Bikini Bottoms. I have to put 2 of them in my cart, find another good game that's a good deal, put 2 of those in my cart, check out that cart, and then do that 25 more times. So needless to say, I've got my work cut out for me, but I'll catch up with you guys once all these packages get here. Uh-oh. I know what you guys are gonna think because I did sort of roughly dump those out, but as you can kind of see, along with the games fell out a good number of little plastic bits. Apparently one of these replacement cases that I guess they couldn't even be bothered to put like the generic GameStop art in. This thing got kind of smashed to bits. Oh, that's unfortunate too. This was a copy of Mario versus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which I was honestly kind of excited for. Luckily, I think we've got a few more copies coming. Got a couple complete Monster Motocrosses too. And this is one that I also thought was a fantastic deal for 10 bucks, SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. Getting that complete is really excellent. Now I can see the comments now, folks. I can see Hater Hank warming up his keyboard fingers. This Phoenix resale is buying up all the good games on GameStop.com, and because of him, I won't be able to get any for my kid's birthday. First of all, Hank, I don't know how your kid's birthday is somehow every day of the year. Uh-oh, a couple incomplete games, that's not a good sign. And second of all, literally all the games that went on sale are ones that GameStop had a massive overstock of. There was literally only one of these titles that went out of stock during the whole sale week. Oh, that's another really cool one. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. Was great to see that for 10 bucks and cool to get it complete as well. But Hank, luckily for you, I also have a second option for you if you're still a little bit salty at missing out on the $10 game. Because as this video goes live, it's like probably 3 or 4 weeks after the sale has ended. If you're in the Video Game Reseller Discord, then you knew about it the day it dropped. That's like all we do over there is help each other find out sales and profitable games to flip. The link to that is in the description if you're interested as always. Oh man, folks, this was a crazy box. We got 3 complete copies of SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. Look at this. You're not even gonna be able to see me behind this complete stack. 2 Trials of Mana, a Mud Runner, and a Legendary Fishing. Although I do have to say, I don't think I can really count the Mud Runner because this thing, it's honestly kind of shredded. Oh man. Yeah, this, the case art is completely ripped in half. I'm gonna have to put that in the incomplete pile. But specifically for everyone who's not in the Discord who did miss the sale, I'm going to be putting 100 $10 Switch games up that are independent from these ones, because technically I actually bought 200 during the sale for this reason. I'm going to be putting 100 games just like this Sonic Forces and Monkey Ball, this Sonic Forces and Monkey Ball, ooh, and this complete Portal Knights too, that's kind of a nice one, up for $10 in the Buy It Now section of our next Whatnot stream. If you don't know, Whatnot is a platform that we have been auctioning a ton of the video game inventory that we get here at Phoenix Resale directly to you guys in like a live stream format. Oh, this is, a couple new ones in this package, and 2 complete Friday the 13th complete and Bakugan Champions of Vestroya complete. Oh dang, the Friday the 13th even had a poster too? That is sick. I'm gonna be putting 100 of these Switch games for $10, so $0 profit to me, into our next Whatnot stream, because if you've never used the platform before and you use our affiliate link in the description, by the way, this is actually wild, 3 more complete games going in the stack, you'll actually get $10 free to use on your first Whatnot purchase. So basically, you can get one of these games for just the cost of shipping, and it'll be automatically refunded to you after the purchase if you use our link. Oh man, I'm really excited about this one. But folks, the date of the show is right down here, and thanks a bunch to Whatnot for sponsoring this video. The one that I was so excited about is this Katamari Damacy reroll for 10 bucks. This is a remake of a PS2 game, and I've literally never played anything like it. Cannot recommend this game enough. Rich. Oh, and here's the first complete Mario and Rabbids Kingdom battle. This one goes on sale all the time for around 15 bucks, but still, I don't know if I've ever seen it for 10. All right, so status update time. I'm gonna count here and we're gonna get an actual percentage of what it's looking like so far. It looks like maybe pretty close to 2/3 complete, which is more than I expected, I have to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So folks, we are officially over halfway done. We've got, oh geez, what? Success! We've got 40 complete Switch titles here and 15 incomplete ones. I don't know what that exact percentage is. Somebody can tell me in the comments because my brain is small, but I know that it's more than 2/3 on the favorable side. What I'm curious to hear, oh geez. What in the world? Whoever packed this put 0 padding inside. Okay, so believe it or not, they seem to be in decent shape. And again, wow. Oh, wait a second, where did he go? Oh, hey there, here I am. Folks, I don't want this to get too stale, so I think it's high time for an editor riff, high action unboxing montage.
And that's how I became rich. Money.
Okay, folks, if that's not literally the cutest thing you've ever seen, not gonna lie, your life is probably way better than mine. Also, I've never shared this publicly before, but I firmly believe that the best way to orient 2 couches is just straight up facing one another. And by the way, shout out to Editor Riff for this custom Christmas present.
And that's how I became.
Oh my gosh, what have I done? Well, ladies and gentlemen, after many sleepless nights, after many violent montages, our data is finally complete. Wanted to give you a couple more highlights and lowlights really quick. We've got Cobra Kai, Sum Sum Festival, God Eater 3, Dead by Daylight 5, Persona 5, and Sonic Mania, all complete and all for 10 bucks. I mean, how big is yours? But on the more unfortunate side, we did have our first 2 games to have no case whatsoever. A couple very sad looking copies of SpongeBob Bikini Bottom. But friends, after all of our very statistical research, we have concluded that the likelihood of getting a complete Switch game from GameStop is exactly 70%, which I guess means there won't be any hot sauce in my future. But wait a second. Our sample size is not as complete as it could be. After all, we have these 100 other games that we were going to wait to sell to viewers. But at the same time, we've got the outcome that we want. At 70%, we don't have to drink the hot sauce. But on the other hand, if I don't use all the data I have at my disposal, my integrity as a scientist will be compromised. And what's worse, everyone who watches this video could be operating under a false statistical premise when they are making online purchases from GameStop. Ultimately, there is only one path forward. I have to make the right decision. But I guess that would mean that it's time for an... Folks, I think we have our data. Folks, I'm not gonna lie, the outcome of this experiment was far closer than I had hoped. And things honestly got a little bit wild because not only did a stray Amazon package slip in there and we came away with a 16-pack of rug grips, complete in box by the way, but there was also a surge of incomplete Switch games right at the end, bringing the total of incomplete games up to 64, which after some extensive and very statistical math brings our total of complete games to 68%, or just over 2/3. Folks, you cannot plan an ending more perfect than this one. which means there will be no hot sauce outro for me today. I mean, to do that at this point would require me being so dedicated to the craft of making videos that the actual outcome of the experiment doesn't matter.
Do it.
And the entertainment of the viewer would have to trump
Do it.
everything. Cheers. It's honestly, not as bad as it could be. I feel like it's a little bit less spicy than Tabasco. If you like Switch shenanigans like this, check out this video right here where I bought a mystery box of Switch games that was $1,000 without looking at them. It's super entertaining. Please go watch it. I will catch you guys on the flip.